Coming together again with you here for historical matchup. We have number 101 here to present to you. Two baseball teams looking to battle each other in a best of seven series. And without further ado, let's take a look who we can introduce for you this time around. Our first participant is going to be the 1987 Seattle Mariners. A little bit of a forgotten era there for the Mariners, the 80s, pre-Griffey, pre-Randy Johnson, but still 78 wins for their 87 season. They finished in the middle of the pack there in the AL West. Looking at some of the familiar names, you might recognize Harold Reynolds there at his prime. He stole 60 bases in 87, a very good year. Scored 73 runs. We have Phil Bradley here, who scored 101 runs, hit 297 for the year, and had 14 homers with 40 stolen bases. So a lot of speed on this team. Jim Presley, 24 home runs, 88 RBIs, average a little bit down. And Alvin Davis, 29 homers, 100 ribbies, a pretty good overall, good player, hit 295. So some names here that could provide some trouble in the Mariners lineup. Pitching-wise, Mark Langston was definitely the ace at this point in time for the Mariners. He almost won 20 games, 19-13, pitched 272 innings, not anything to scoff at there. 14 complete games, 262 strikeouts. Just a great season for Mark Langston. Mike Moore had a little bit of a rougher year there, losing 19 games. Mike Morgan, at 27 years old, lost 17 games. So the pitching goes a little bit downhill, actually quite rapidly downhill from there. And Nunez, the closer, the bullpen also had some issues to deal with. So the Mariners, not a great club, but some interesting ball players. I think an era where they were kind of forgotten in the upper Northwest, but not a terrible team. And we'll see how they do here and who they get. And their opponents are going to be a very good team, the 2015 Toronto Blue Jays, led by John Gibbons. This is the team that made the postseason a couple years there in a row, and they actually won the AL DS over the Rangers and lost to the Royals in the World Series. But this team's pretty loaded here offensively. You can, of course, look at Josh Donaldson, who hit 41 homers, 123 RBIs, 297. Very, very good season, slugged 568. Jose Bautista's here with his 40 homers as well. Edwin Encarnacion is the designated hitter, 39 home runs. Jose Reyes with his speedy game still is providing a lot of offense, a lot of runs, stolen bases. He came on the team a little bit later, only played in 69 games. Russell Martin and Justin Smoke kind of round off a very good, very powerful batting order that the Blue Jays put out there on a nightly basis. R.A. Dickey at 40 years old was 11-11, a knuckleballer, 391. Mark Burley definitely knows how to pitch, knows how to win, 15-8, a very good season for Burley. He still had it going with his smarts on the mound. Marco Estrada. David Price is on this team. He joined the team a little bit later, started in 11 games. I don't know how much of him we'll see, but he was dominant at 9-1 with an outstanding ERA. So Price was a big part of that team making the run that it made. Roberto Osuna, the closer. Brett Cecil, also a good bullpen arm. So the Blue Jays, not anything that you can really point out as an obvious weakness. They're a very good team, had a lot of attitude, had a lot of spunk in their step, and should be interesting to watch them play in the Kingdome and in this series. So two teams that I think you'll enjoy watching, the 87 Mariners against the 05 Blue Jays. Very confident team in the Blue Jays. We'll see how they start off here. And there's David Price. He will get the game one start, so he'll be a big part of the series. First two games at the Rogers Center. We'll take it then to the Kingdome and see if the Mariners can make the series of it, which I have a sneaky feeling that they might, against the Blue Jays, who bring a lot of thunder. So Mark Langston, with that 19-win outstanding season, will go up against David Price. It's a doozy of a matchup in Game 1. Looking forward to getting the series started. Let's see what happens at the Rogers Center as we get things started between the 2015 Blue Jays and the 1987 Seattle Mariners. So live here from the Rogers Center, Ken Phelps up there, top of the second inning against David Price. Full count, and Phelps hits one deep to right. This one's got some carry, and Ken Phelps gives the visitors a 1-0 lead here on a solo home run off of the Blue Jays ace. So the Mariners come out up on top early. Edwin Encarnacion now facing Mark Langston here in the second. Encarnacion is going to tie this game. He goes way deep to left. This is up in the rafters out there. Jumped on the Langston pitch. And it is 1-1 here at Rogers Center. I have a feeling we'll see a lot of power in this series. Russell Martin now coming up. Martin goes deep to center. This ball's going to carry, and it's going to go way up there. Up by the restaurant. What a shot. 2-1 now Toronto. We'll move to the fifth with Ray Quinones up there and a man on. Quinones is going to line into this one. Another long shot to left. This ball's going to go. Making another home run in this ball game, and this is an important one as the Mariners get back on top here 3-2. Price letting up the long ball. We'll move to the sixth with Dave Valley at the plate and a man on. Valley will hit it to third. Donaldson's going to make the play at second, and a double play it is for the home Blue Jays. We'll move bottom six. Chris Colabello up there against Langston, and this is hit up the middle with nobody out. So Colabello with the leadoff single. Here's Donaldson. Donaldson goes the other way. He's going to put this one into the corner. The shift was on to left. He goes to right. And we got runners second and third here with nobody out for the Blue Jays in the sixth inning. Edwin Encarnacion now the man of the moment. Encarnacion looks at strike three, so he can't come through in this spot. Bautista now at the dish. Bautista will go to short. There'll be no play made there. That one was deep in the hole, so a run's going to score. Bautista with an RBI infield single. It's now 3-3 for Russell Martin. Martin will strike out here in a big spot with runners on the corners. Missed opportunity there. Justin Smoke now with 2 outs at the plate. And Smoke will go the other way. This one's curving towards the line, but it's going to be caught out there by Kingery. But the Blue Jays tie the game. It's 3-3. We'll move bottom seventh now for Tulowitzki. Both side looking at Pilar there on first by Mark Langston. Tulowitzki waiting at the plate, and Langston just determined to keep watching Pilar here. And he does get Tulowitzki looking. Nice 2-2 pitch on the outside corner. We'll move to the eighth with Mickey Brantley at the plate. Brantley lifts a single to left field. Here to get on with 1 out. Ken Phelps, who homered earlier, is at the plate. Runner going, strike 3, throw to second. That ball goes into center field. The runner's going to move to third. So Brantley steals a bag, heads over to third base. 2 outs now for Alvin Davis in a big spot. Cecil's come on, and Davis will hit it to first. Play's going to be made there. Smoke's got it. And that will do it for the threat here. The rally can't come to fruition. And here's Edwin Encarnacion. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Encarnacion lifts a single to left. That'll get down there. 1 out for Bautista. Bautista lifts a shot. This will drop in there. So we're going to have runners on the corners here with only one out for the home Blue Jays as the fans get into this game. Russell Martin now has a chance. And Martin will go to short. Play's going to be made at second. Relay to first. Double play. Great double play by the Mariners there to get out of that threat. The Blue Jays just that close to coming into a lead here, but they can't do it. And Roberto Osuna's in now in the ninth for the home side to try to hold off the Mariners. There's a base hit by Dave Valley, the 10th hit of the game for the Mariners, who are quite competitive in this opening game. But this one's going to be grounded into right field. Valley's going to make it to third. And now runners on the corners with nobody out here in the ninth inning for Jim Presley. Infield coming in. Let's see if the Mariners can take advantage. Presley, however, strikes out. Osuna got him. That was out of the strike zone. And Harold Reynolds now with the chance. Reynolds hits it to first. Play's going to be made there. So the go-ahead run cannot score. Bases loaded now. Ray Quinones, 2 outs. Big spot in this ball game. And Quinones will hit this one into the hole. Nice play there to first by Tulowitzki. What a great play by Tulo. He backhanded and ends the inning to prevent any runs from scoring. Bill Wilkinson now in the bottom of the ninth on the mound. This one's hit back to the mound. Wilkinson will make the play himself. 3-3 tie here in game one. Kevin Pillar at the plate, 2 outs. Pillar will hit a ground ball that's going to get through for a single. A 2-out hit by Kevin Pillar. Tulowitzki now at the plate. Tulo hits this one deep to right, but not deep enough. It's going to be caught, and we're going to extras, folks, here in game one. 3-3 tie, 10th inning. This one's hit to short. Play's going to be made there by Tulowitzki. Very, very dependable at shortstop. Alvin Davis at the plate with 2 outs. Davis looks at strike 3. He couldn't check his swing, and we'll move to the bottom of the 10th. It is 3-3 here at Rogers Center. Colabello at the plate. He looks at strike 3. So after the early fireworks with the home runs, we've seen some very good pitching in this one. Josh Donaldson now with 1 out at the plate. He draws the walk. 4 straight bad ones to Donaldson. And Encarnacion has a chance now. This is hit over the third baseman's head. That'll get down there. So runners first and second. 1 out. The winning run on second base for Bautista. And Bautista goes to the hole at short, but he's going to hit into the twin killing as the Mariners get out of this jam, and the pitching has been spot on by both sides as we move to the 11th. Dave Valley at the plate. Valley's going to hit this to third. Donaldson with a nice play. Here's Kingery. Kingery goes into the hole in left center. That's going to be off of the wall. So Kingery with the double here with 1 out in the 11th. The Mariners trying to get something across here in extra innings. Jim Presley at the plate as a pinch hitter. Liam Hendricks, the new pitcher. And this is hit to center. Shouldn't be a problem. Coming over there is Pillar. Runner advancing to third. The throw's going to be late. So the runner makes it to third with 2 outs and Harold Reynolds at the plate. And Reynolds will hit this one. The first throw, the first gets away. And that's going to score the go-ahead run. We have an error out there. Kingery's going to score. Smoke made the play, but the throw was offline. It's 4-3 as Russell Martin comes to the plate. We're in the bottom of the 11th. This is hit back to the mound. Play is going to be made there for the out. 4-3 ball game here, 1 out. Jerry Reed has come on for the Mariners, and Justin Smoke, who made that error, is at the plate. Smoke will lift this one, but that one should be caught. Diving play by Kingery. I thought he had a better beat on it, but he had to leave his feet at the last minute. Still makes a nice play. 2 outs here. Devon Travis, the last hope for the home team. Jerry Reed delivers. Ball 4. So we got a 2-out base runner here in a 1-run ball game. And Kevin Pillar has a chance. Pillar will lift this one into the gap. Coming on over there is Kingery, but the ball's going to drop. And we got runners on the corners. 2 outs. The Mariners a big chance here as Tulowitzki comes to the plate. Can he come through? 2 outs. Tulo hits it to third. Play's going to be made there at second. That'll do it. Nice play by Presley. And it came down to defense, folks. The Mariners making the play when the Blue Jays did not. The 3 errors come back to haunt them. Game 1 goes to the visitors in Seattle. David Price pitched okay, but let up some long balls, as did Mark Langston. Edwin Encarnacion 3 for 5 with a home run. But it was the late error on the Harold Reynolds ground ball to first that scored the eventual winning run that makes the difference in Game 1. And the Mariners will definitely take it. They win and beat David Price and the Blue Jays, because things might get a little more rocky as their pitching starts to deteriorate after their ace is finished pitching. And Mike Moore will face Marco Estrada in Game 2. Some anxiety for the Blue Jays. Let's see what happens in Game 2. Can they bounce back after losing quite a ball game, a tight one in Game 1? So here we go, bottom second. Encarnacion facing Mike Moore. Encarnacion lays into this one. He's going to get off the schneid here in this series with a solo home run in the second inning. Encarnacion hits it over the left field ball. Fireworks go out here in the Rogers Center. It's 1-0. We'll move to the fourth with Ken Phelps up there in the man on second. Phelps will go deep to right. He's going to have his second home run of the series. Way out of there and right. Home run for Phelps. It's a 2-run job, and the Mariners jump out in front here 2-1 in the middle innings. We'll move bottom fourth. Donaldson looking to try to tie this game up. He hits it deep to center. It doesn't even look like the center fielder's going to move. This ball's way out of here. Solo home run to tie the game. Big blow by Donaldson. 2-2 to score. Bottom fifth for Kevin Pillar. Pillar deep to left. This is a towering blow. And the Mariners are behind now. This is a 4-2 home that was scored after the 2-run bomb by Pillar. And the home runs have been coming in unison here as we now have Encarnacion continuing this 5th inning. He goes deep to left. Another bomb by the Blue Jays. This is what they're known for. That one's close to the upper deck. It's 3 home runs for Encarnacion now in this first 2 games of the series, and it's 7-2. Toronto responding well. Mike Kingery now in the 6th. Kingery's going to line it to center. That ball's going to get down there. So Kingery continues a good series as he's going to look for 3. And he will get there. A no-out leadoff triple here in the 6th inning for Kingery. Alvin Davis coming up there. Davis goes deep to right. That ball's going to carry and go. Home run for Alvin Davis. He powers it out to right, and it's 7-4 now. The Mariners cut the lead to 3. Here's Jim Presley. Presley deep now to left. That ball's going to go, and inching closer are the Mariners. It is now 7-5. Seventh inning here for Harold Reynolds. Home runs by the dozen here at Rogers Center. Reynolds singles to center field. Here's Quinones representing the tying run. Quinones goes to second. Play's going to be made there. Relay to first. Double play. A nice double play turn here by the Blue Jays. We'll move to the ninth now, where Harold Reynolds is up there again with 2 outs. Mark Lowe at the commands, and this is hit to center. Play should be made there, and it is. Pilar catches it, and the Blue Jays bounce back and recover well. 8-5 the final here at Rogers Center to even this series at 1. We saw 7 home runs in this ball game, so the home runs were flying out of Rogers Center, but the Blue Jays love that type of game. That's their type of game, and it works in their favor here in Game 2. Encarnacion with 2 home runs. He has 3 already in the first 2 games. Donaldson went deep. Presley with the homer and an RBI. But the Blue Jays hang on as Marco Estrada gets the win, and Lowe closes the door in the end. And the excitement builds here as we move now to the Kingdom for game number 3, where R.A. Dickey, the knuckleballer, will take the mound against Scott Bankhead. Series all tied at 1, best of 5 now. Let's see how Toronto responds as the road team in the noisy and very exciting Kingdom. So let's head out there and get this series continued for game number 3. Injury here to Jerry Reed, the Mariners bullpen arm. But let's get to the action from the Kingdom. Top of the first inning, Kevin Pilar at the plate. And Kid is on the mound. Series tied at 2. And this is hit to left. That's going to get down there. So Pilar is going to open up the game here for the Blue Jays with a double. Here now is Encarnacion with 2 men on. Encarnacion hits a line to the center. That's going to be a tough play. That's going to drop. 1 run in. So the Blue Jays break out in front here on an Encarnacion RBI double. Chris Colabello up there with 2 men on. Colabello hits it hard to right. That ball will get down. That's going to score 2 more. Colabello heading all the way to third. It's a bases clearing 2-run triple by Colabello, and it is now 4-0 Toronto. They've taken this crowd out of the game and started off very well. 6-2 the score. We're still in the bottom of the second. Ray Quinones with 2 men on, and Quinones will go down the left field line. So the Mariners come right back here with a big second inning. They get 3 on the board. It's 6-3 now as Valley crosses the plate. And Phil Bradley with a chance to do more damage. Bradley will lift this one to left. That one will drop. 2 runs are going to score. How about them Mariners? They put 5 on the board here in the second to answer the big Toronto first. And they're still going. Here's Kingery. Dickey's getting hammered in this one. That one's down the right field line. That's going to tie the game. A 6-run second inning. We have a 6-6 tie. The offenses continue to thrive in this series. Alvin Davis now, the inning's still going on. Davis will hit this one to second. There's the relay and the double play. So finally some relief for Dickey. But this game is 6-6, folks. 7-6 now. Top of the third for Von Travis. And Travis will line this one to left field. That's going to get down. So Right back again come the Blue Jays. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any pitching today. Kevin Pillar up there. Pillar to short. He's going to be made mayor there. Relay to first. Not going to be in time. So runners on the corners here as the Blue Jays try to hold on to their one-run lead. But Tulowitzki has a chance now to change all that. And that pitch way inside. So base is loaded. Josh Donaldson at the plate. New pitcher on. And there's a long blow to left, fans. Looking up and gone. It is a grand slam by Donaldson to left field. 10-7, the Blue Jays back up. We've seen 17 runs here. We haven't even played 3 innings. Donaldson just demolishes that pitch. And it is 10-7 as we move to the 7th. The Blue Jays on top, and Donaldson up again against Brian Kelly, and he does it again. Donaldson all the way to center. Gone here out of the Kingdom. Another home run. What a day for the third baseman, Josh Donaldson. Ripping apart Mariners pitching. It is 11-7. Here's Russell Martin with 2 on. Martin's going to go down the left field line. This is going to play more runs. 2-run score. 13-7 now, the Blue Jays with the lead. Martin with the 2 RBI double. It's 16-7 as Colabello's up with 2 outs, still in the 7th inning. Colabello goes into the hole. That's going to score 2 more. 18 runs for the Blue Jays. This is what their offense is capable of. Emphatic today. We'll move bottom of the 7th. Quinones now facing Drew Hutchinson in an 18-7 game. Quinones goes deep to left. This one's got enough carry to go out, but only a solo shot. Not going to be too much other than a footnote in this game, it would appear. 18-8. Justin Smoke now up there in the 8th inning. Smoke unleashes one deep to right. Another home run. Make it 19. I don't think we've seen a team hit this well before in this competition. The Blue Jays just hitting everything, it would seem, out of the park. Ken Phelps now at the plate. He goes deep to center. Another home run here at the Kingdom. It is now 19-11. It's broken out into a softball game, folks. 19-13, we're bottom of the 9th. Harold Reynolds up there with 2 outs. Brett Cecil on the mound. Reynolds lines it too short, and that will do it. And the Mariners score 19, or allow 13 in this offensive game that saw us see 32 runs scored, 33 hits, a boatload of home runs, 2, 3, 4, 5 home runs in the ball game. Josh Donaldson drove in 6. Colabello, a great game, 4 RBIs. Encarnacion with 3 more. The Blue Jays love a heavyweight fight. You want to try to match them run for run, you're going to have some issues, and that's what the Mariners tried to do, but it's too much power from Toronto. They lead the series now 2-1. We've seen just some outstanding offensive displays here. Encarnacion already with 8 RBIs. Donaldson with 7. Phelps with 6. Pitching has been hard to find in this series, and we continue now as we move to Game 4. Mark Burley will try to continue here the Blue Jays winning streak, but Mike Campbell will be opposing him, and what Campbell hopes to be somehow cooling off this Toronto offense that's just been absolutely hammering the baseball. So let's see what Game 4 has. Will a pitcher show up and give us a good pitching battle, or will the offense continue to light up the scoreboard? Let's head to the Kingdome. So after that incredible barrage in Game 3, we're in Game 4. 2-1 the series lead for the Blue Jays. We got Mike Kingery up there with a man on second. And Kingery will dribble this one to second, but the ball gets away, and that's going to let a run score. And the Mariners will get on the board first after an errant throw. Valley crosses the plate. Travis with the error. 1-0. We'll move to the third for Kevin Pillar against Mike Campbell. And Pillar goes the other way. There's a long one. Another Blue Jays home run. This will put him on top. 2-1 Toronto here in the Kingdome. Ray Quinones tries to answer here in the bottom of the third against Mark Burley, and he rips one into deep left field. Is it fair? It is. Quinones hooks one around the foul pole. It's 3-2 now. Mariners back on top. Valley up there now. Runners on the corner. Burley, all types of trouble. There's a base hit to right. That's going to get down. Throw to the third. Runner is safe. And it is now 4-2 in favor of Seattle. And Jim Presley with the bases loaded and a big chance here. Burley delivers. This is lifted to right. Coming on in there to make the catch is Bautista, and it remains a 2-run game here. Seattle trying to tie this series, now up 5-2 as Mike Campbell faces Edwin Encarnacion. And Encarnacion's going to have home run number 4. This one is way over the wall. Bradley looking up. It is 5-3 now as Encarnacion continues the Toronto onslaught with the long ball, but they are still trailing by 2 with Russell Martin at the plate here in the 6th. Martin will line a single left. That'll get down, so the Jays. Answering again. Justin Smoke up there now, just a swing away from giving the Blue Jays the lead. But he strikes out swinging. That'll do it for the 6th inning. We move to the 8th. Josh Donaldson up there against Dennis Powell to lead off the inning. 5-3 game. Ball 4 inside to Donaldson and a full count pitch. Here's Encarnacion now, who's already homered. Having a heck of a series. He represents the tying run, and he takes ball 4. So no outs, 2 on here for the Blue Jays. Wilkinson, the new pitcher, and Colabello at the plate. Colabello, deep to left. He comes through. Goodbye. The baseball gone. Colabello comes through with a 3-run homer here in the 8th inning. 6-5 Blue Jays. Wilkinson lets the lead slip away. Here's Russell Martin. Martin will go deep to right center. That'll get down. Another big offensive game for the Blue Jays here. They've turned it on late. It is 2nd and 3rd now. Still nobody out in the inning. Travis is at the plate. Travis will hit it too short. He's going to be made there. With the infield in, that won't score a run. Pillar now up there with 2 outs. And Pillar's going to clear him. He goes to right center. This is going to get 2 more in. Pillar with an 2 RBI double. It is now 8-5 in favor of Toronto. They put 5 runs on the board here in the 8th inning. We'll move top 9th. Encarnacion facing Brian Kelly. Can he do it again? He can. Encarnacion, another bomb. See you later. 9-5 now Toronto. Encarnacion has hit 5 homers in this series. Red hot would be an understatement for this Blue Jays offense. Wow. Bases loaded now for Smoke. Still only 1 out. And smoke goes deep to right. This is going to be, believe it or not, a grand slam. 13-5 the score. The Blue Jays just obliterating Mariners pitching. They're not done yet. Encarnacion up there again. Bases loaded. 2 outs. And this is hit deep to right. It is 2 grand slams in an inning. Encarnacion home run number 6. It is 17-5. There's nothing I can say. This is just incredible what the Blue Jays are doing here. 18-5. They put 10 runs up on the ninth inning. Liam Hendricks is going to close this game out. What a series and performance by the Blue Jays. This is lifted to left. It's going to be caught. Revere has it. The Blue Jays take a 3-1 series lead. They pound out 20 hits, score 15 runs in the last two innings of play. They basically have batting practice against Mariner pitching. Encarnacion, 3 for 4, 3 home runs in the game, 6 RBIs. I think it's the first time we've seen a player hit 3 home runs. The 6 RBIs goes without saying. Donaldson had 6 RBIs in the last game. Pilar 4 for 6 with 4 RBIs. Colabello with a grand slam, or a 3-run homer, I should say. It was Pilar with the grand slam, as well as Encarnacion. The 10-run ninth inning. Looking at some of the amazing numbers here, Encarnacion, 14 RBIs in 4 games. He's slugging 2.0, 6 home runs. We have 15 home runs by the Mariners in 4 games. What an offensive display. And obviously, they're up 3-1. In complete control of the series. I don't think the Mariners can stop them. It's quite obvious that they cannot. We'll move game 5 now, where David Price will try to close out the inning. Mark Langston will take the mound again. The Blue Jays have won 3 games in a row. Can Langston turn the tide? Can he get anybody out? He pitched okay in game 1, but took the loss. The Blue Jays got other things on their mind. They're looking to end this series quickly here. 3-1 the series lead. Will Toronto put up a barrage of runs again? I wouldn't bet against them. The excitement continues to build. Let's head out now to the Kingdom for Game 5. Will the series head back to Toronto, or will we see the final game and a win by the Blue Jays? So Game 5, Tulowitzki up, leading off the top of the first. Everyone's still buzzing from the last 2 games, and the Blue Jays pick off right where they left off. Tulowitzki's going to start this game with a home run. The 16th home run of the series for the Blue Jays, 1-0. This isn't the 27 Yankees, fans. It is the 2015 Blue Jays, and they are putting on a show. We're still in the first inning. Here's Donaldson. Donaldson's going deep. Where do you think this one's going? Out of the park. 2-run bomb. 3-0. Mark Langston has no chance. The Blue Jays continue the parade. 2 home runs here in the very first inning. Here's that man, Encarnacion. 4th inning now. And Encarnacion gets an inside pitch. He's going to hit it over the wall. Home run number 7. It is now 4-0 here as the Blue Jays looking to end this series. Bases loaded for Russell Martin. We're in the top of the 5th. It's already 5-0. Martin hits it deep to left field. That's going to be a grand slam for Russell Martin, making it 9-0. Nobody's surprised anymore of what this team can do. But one thing is for sure, They are going to end this series, it would appear. We're moving all the way to the ninth. Scott Bankhead facing Donaldson again. And here's another deep drive to center field. This one's going to leave the yard. Yes, it will. Behind David Price, it is now 10-0. Toronto. So Martin at the plate. Martin's going to go deep to center. This ball's going to leave the yard. Another one gone. Third home run for Martin this postseason. It's 11-0. Mercifully, we move to the bottom of the ninth. Mickey Brantley up there with 2 men on. Brantley hits it back to the mound. Plays made at second. Relay to first, not in time. They'll get the out at second. So 2 outs away. 1 out away now from ending it. Alvin Davis is at the plate. LaTroy Hawkins delivers. This is lifted to left field. Should be playable. Coming over there is Revere, and the Blue Jays end this series in 5 games. They win 4 in a row. Another double-digit performance. They win the clincher here 11-1. Really a no contest, and the amount of runs they scored in this series, especially at the Kingdome, with the amount of home runs, absolutely staggering. Russell Martin 3 for 5 with 2 home runs in this one, 5 RBIs. Donaldson hit 2 home runs in the game as well. David Price went almost the entire distance. 1 out away from a complete game, allowed only 1 earned run, and struck out 4. The incredible numbers to look at here. Here they are. Encarnacion, 7 home runs in 5 games, 15 RBIs, 12 for 20 at the plate. Colabello hit 440. Josh Donaldson with 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. Russell Martin with 3 home runs. The numbers there to show just how impressive the Blue Jays were in this series. 19 runs in Game 3, 18 runs in Game 4, 11 runs in Game 5. They absolutely took the Kingdome by storm. David Price pitched well, 2.25 ERA with 12 strikeouts. And the rest was really easy for the pitching staff with the offensive production that they had. For the Mariners, a series to forget. Ray Quinones did hit 3 home runs, but the pitching was an absolute just nightmare for the Mariners. They really could get nobody out. They came at home and just couldn't pitch at all. Even their ace, Mark Langston, with an ERA at 6.94, he let up 18 hits in his 2 starts. Not much to look at all. A series to remember for a team that really we expected to do a lot better. They did not. The Blue Jays, beyond impressive. I don't think we've seen a performance like that, and we may not see again from what we saw in this series from Toronto. If you like home runs, if you like the long ball, this was the series for you. 21 home runs by the Blue Jays in 5 games. So the math is staggering. Maybe that's the modern game. But the Mariners sure couldn't handle it in this series. Again, the final 2015 Toronto Blue Jays defeat emphatically the 1987 Seattle Mariners, 4-1. The MVP, an absolute no-doubter. Edwin Encarnacion was absolutely amazing in this series. 12 for 20, 7 home runs, 15 RBIs, 7 walks, 10 runs scored, 600 average, 2.454 OPS. Maybe the best performance we have seen so far. So hope you enjoyed it. Definitely the excitement was here for this series. Series 101 is wrapped up. Glad you can join us on Out of the Park Baseball 20. Hope to see you again very shortly for another historical matchup. So long.